And we welcome you back to Mason Field as we head toward Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Northeastern Plainswomen and the Northwest Kansas Tech Mavericks. Plainswomen win Game 1 16-2. As we head to Game 2, it's brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan, borrowing your money and do your banking with people you know and people who know you. Stop by one of their 10 locations across the plains or visit equitable-savings.com. Northeastern Plainswomen with a solid offensive outpouring after a little bit of a tough start. I talked with head coach Jenny Smock in between games, and she said the goal in game number 2 is to be more consistent start to finish, especially in the pitching regard, as Ryan Urich steps into the circle and we meet our starters. Brought to you by Western Engineering Consultants since 2003. Big firm products, small firm relationships. Visit westerneci.com. Ryan Urich will be caught by Belle Bensavenga. Lauren Lee will be the first baseman. Kaylee Isle at second. And Blake Duncan at third. Ava McComas at short. Delilah Segoviano, Aubrey Wright, and Savannah Waldrop, the outfield going left to right. First pitch was a ball to Renteria. She'll take the second across for a strike, and the count evens out at 1 ball and 1 strike. Renteria, Reyes, and Tecumseh. The top 3 in the batting order with Valdez Asado cleaning up. Ground ball over to short, picked up by Ava McComas. Will not get the throw across the diamond in time. So the leadoff runner is aboard for the Northwest Kansas Tech Mavericks in the top of the first inning. Ashlyn Miller, Bryn Blanc, Jacqueline Loera, Lillian Martinez, and Valdine Jones, the 10th player on that roster that did not play in Game 1. She's in the lineup for Game 2. So Reyes will pop back foul, the first one she sees, for strike number 1. I think the consistency for the Plainswomen and being able to get those pitches, get that consistent, and kind of get into that rhythm a little bit. The pitch calling done by Coach Gertner in game number 1. That's, I believe, the first time this year he's done that. Throw down to second, and runner is caught, I think. Coach Smock pops out of the dugout. The throw from Bensavenga to Isle covering second was in time. But apparently the tag was not applied in time. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Renteria steals second, stands in scoring position, and Ryan Urich will tangle. Ground ball over to short. Scooped up by McComas. Gunned across. They'll go corner to corner down to third. And don't get Renteria, so she crosses over on the 6-3 putout. First out in the inning. Runners standing 1 bag away for Mariah Tecumseh, who reached on an fielder's choice and grounded out in game 1. She'll watch the first pitch by low for ball 1. Leadoff air, steal is second, crossover on a ground out. 1-0, foul tipped to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. Northwest Kansas scored first in the first game today, too. 1-1 offering. Off speed, waved at. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Faringer just looked a little rounded on the edge, if you will. Not quite as sharp as she needed to be. 1-2 pitch hammered out to center field. This will be deep enough to get the run in. Aubrey Wright can't make the catch. It will turn into an RBI double that got over her outstretched glove, and just like in game number 1, Northwest Kansas Tech scores first. They lead 1-0 with 1 away in the top of inning number 1. Sydney Regional Medical Center doesn't want you letting an injury keep you out of the game. Learn more about Sydney Regional Medical Center online at sydneyrmc.com. Ryan Urich. First pitch low for ball number 1 to Cheyenne Valdez Asado. Valdez Asado pitcher in Game 1 moves to shortstop, where she came out for that little bit in Game 1. She'll take one up the ladder for ball number 2. Ryan in the circle for the Plainswomen this year. .957 on the earned run average, 9 strikeouts, 21 walks, 51 hits allowed in 30 innings of work. Add another hit to the tally as the ground ball third base side gets past Duncan. Tecumseh heads to third, so we have an error, a double, and a single. Runners stand on the corners to Ashlyn Miller, who garnered a single in the first game today and drove in one of the 2 Maverick runs. Urich rolls the first one to the plate for ball number 1. Ball be popped up on the 1-0, shallow center field, run down by Kaylee Isle. Her gun to the plate will be offline, so it'll turn into a sacrifice fly, RBI, and a 2-0 ball game. Now with 2 outs in the top of the first inning to Bryn Blanc for the Mavericks. First pitch, she broke the plane of the plate, did Blanc on one that sailed away for strike number 1. Oh, 1. Tumbles off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch in on the feet. Pennsylvania picks it up. And ball 2 to Blanc. Two 1 fouled back, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Urich trying to get out of the inning with no further damage. 2-2, right back up the middle, off her glove, picked up by McComas, and she'll tag the bag at second to end it, but 2 cross for Northwest Kansas Tech, 2-0, middle of 1 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back to Mason Field we come for the bottom of the first inning. Northeastern trails Northwest Kansas Tech 2-0. Plainswomen to the plate with a very similar batting order to game number 1. Ava McComas leading things off. Kaylee Isle and Savannah Waldrop, the other 2 guaranteed up in the first. Lauren Lee is cleaning up. Ryan Urich will move up to the 5-hole. Belle Bensabenga hitting 6th. Blake Duncan 7th. Delilah Segoviano 8th. And Aubrey Wright 9th for NJC. They're tangling with Michaela Renteria, who puts the first pitch off the plate for ball number 1 to Ava McComas. McComas hit her 3rd home run of the year in the first game today. She'll hit a bouncer over to 3rd. It's picked up by Tecumseh. The throw up the line, off the mark. And heading to 2nd goes Ava McComas. So like the top of the first inning for Northwest Kansas Tech. NJC gets the leadoff runner on by way of an error. 5 errors in game number 1 by Northwest Kansas Tech. They commit the leadoff error in this one for Kaylee Isle, who will watch the first pitch up for ball 1, and Ava McComas will take third on the stolen base, her second stolen base of the day. Bank of Colorado believes in keeping banking simple. You can apply for your loans fully online at bankofcolorado.com. Bank of Colorado, member FDIC. 1-0 pitch up and in to Kaylee Isle for ball number 2. Renteria high and tight for ball number 3. So the Plainsmen looking to start something down 2-0. Renteria pitch paints the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike now to Kaylee Isle. 3-1 offering. Isle will smack it off foul and run the count 2 full. 5 full counts in game number 1. NJC was able to find their way into a positive plate appearance in each of them. Pair of sac flies, a walk, and a couple hits. She'll rip it off foul and will do it once again at 3-2. Ava McComas stands at third. Bottom of the first, down 2-0. Renteria, 3-2. Isle will rip it to the gap out in left center field, and she'll drive in the first run of the ball game as Ava McComas saunters home for the Northeastern Plainsmen. First run of the game brought to you by Sterling Health Foods. First thing you need to do this allergy season is take those effective supplements that prevent you from getting all stuffed up in the first place. They're affordable with the rewards plan. Visit Sterling Health Foods south of Sterling on Highway 6. First pitch, Savannah Waldrop to the plate. Kaylee Isle will swipe second on the pitch in. So the Northeastern Plainsmen steal their second base of the first inning. 1-0 on the count now to Waldrop. She'll pop one up right side of the infield. Reyes underneath it. She'll make the catch for the first out in the bottom of the first inning. Kaylee Isle will stay at second, and to the plate comes Lauren Lee, who drove in 5 in game number 1. First pitch off the plate to Lauren Lee. 24 runs batted in on the year now for Lauren Lee. One and 0. Pitch rolled to the plate for ball 2. Softball team goes to Goodland to take on Northwest Kansas Tech on Thursday, and then they're hoping that they'll be able to get their series to Friday and Saturday with the forecasted weather on Sunday, but all that decision will be made later by people with more authority than I. 3-0. Lee watches it on the inside corner. 3 balls and a strike. Regardless, our plan this upcoming weekend is to be able to cover both the baseball and softball teams who are at home. I'm planning on doing day 1 with baseball if they end up playing the same time. 3-1 pitch. Lee knocks the ball down the left field side and into the corner it goes. Easily home comes Isle. Into second goes Lauren Lee. Her third double of the day. She now has 6 runs batted in over the doubleheader in 5 plate appearances. She's hit 3 doubles and a home run. Ryan Urich will step in for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Urich hit a sac fly to drive in one and drove in another on a single in game one. She'll take the rise ball high for ball number one. Renteria. 1-0. Ball grounded over to short, and it finds its way out to left field as well. Rounding third and heading to the plate is Lee. It's an RBI single for Urich, and NJC has a 3-2 advantage with one away in the bottom of inning number one. So the Plainswomen able to get themselves the early offense again, and Bell Bensavenga, the catcher, will step to the plate. First pitch hopped all the way to the backstop, and Ryan Urich will move to second on the wild pitch. 3-2 NJC. Coverage made possible by Ice Lanes, where they have all your entertainment needs covered, your bowling, your food, your wonderful games, and great time with your family. 1-0 pitch smacked out into center field. The throw in will prevent Urich from coming home, but it is a single for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Runners stand on the corners for Blake Duncan, who went 1 for 3 in game number one. Couple flyouts to shallow center field and a single to her credit. Duncan had herself a massive game out in Utah a few weeks ago. First pitch high for ball one all the way to the backstop. Urich can't come home, but Bensavenga goes down to second, 2 in scoring position for Blake. Renteria. 1-0 pitch. Duncan fists it out to left field. Blanc comes in, makes the catch. Tagging and heading to the plate is Urich. It's a sac fly for an RBI for Blake Duncan. The Northeastern Plainswomen have a 4-2 advantage. Runner stays on second, now 2 away to Delilah Segoviano. Segoviano was the flex position player out in left field in game one, hitting for herself in this second game today. First pitch sails low and away for ball number one to Delilah. Delilah for the Plainswomen. Just her 18th at-bat this year. She has 1 for her first 17. She'll offer at a slap bunt. The count evens out at a ball and a strike. (16-2) win in game one, up 4-2 in the bottom of the first of game two. One pitch, slap attempt at it, no contact, 1-2. The timing is just not there for Delilah. You can see the lack of comfort for her in the box. Renteria. 1-2. Tumbles away. Ball 2. I don't know the history for Segoviano if she was a slap hitter when she came in, but she doesn't look comfortable doing it. Whatever the history may be, Renteria up the ladder. Segoviano watches it by 3-2. Pitch high, ball 4. So Segoviano gets behind 1-2, able to battle her way back and get herself on with a 2-out walk. Segoviano at first, Bensavenga at second, and Aubrey Wright to the plate. Wright had some good contact in game one. She'll lift off foul. The first one she sees. Long run on top of the Mavericks dugout. Foul for strike one. Renteria is set to throw the 30th pitch of the first inning. 0-1, popped up foul by right. Over the top of us and toward the parking lot. I had a fan give me grief for how far away I parked, but I've lost more than one windshield to softballs here at Mason Field. I don't take my chances. 0-2. Way high and all the way to the backstop goes the pitch. Bensavenga and Segoviano move up on the wild pitch. So 2 in scoring position with NJC up 4-2, 2 outs, bottom of the first, and 9-hole hitter Aubrey Wright looking to flip it back to the top. 1-2. Above the letters, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Renteria, 2-2. Just off the plate, 3-2. Aubrey Wright was turning and heading to the dugout, and when she didn't hear the strike call, she decided to not make that call easy. 3-2, pitch delivered. High ball 4, so after getting behind 0-2, Wright draws herself a walk with 4 straight out of the zone. Segoviano got behind 1-2 and took 3 straight out of the zone. Ava McComas, who reached on an air to kick off this inning, back to the plate. She'll watch first pitch by for strike number 1. Oh, 1 rolled to the plate and off the ankle of Ava McComas. So an RBI hit by pitch for Ava McComas will make it a 5-2 ball game. Bases loaded for Kaylee Isle, who hit an RBI single her first time at the plate in this top of the first inning. Renteria. First pitch, Isle rips it high, foul. Third base side, out of play for strike 1. .61 degrees outside now. Nice Monday afternoon for some softball. 0-1. Paints the outside corner. 0-2. Bases loaded. Isle. 0-2. Chin high. Ball 1. One-two, pitch delivered. Isle grounds it out into left field. Segoviano home, right sent. Down to second on the throw goes Isle. Plainswomen take a 7-2 advantage. And Kaylee Isle adding to the tally for NJC. That ends up being an RBI single. And Isle takes second on the throw, bringing Savannah Waldrop to the plate. Waldrop popped up to second, her first time up in this first inning. Still in the first, brought to you by Van Wyck Insurance. Over 60 lines of insurance. So I'll find the right one to fit your budget. Stop by at 508 West Main Street in Sterling. 1-0, pitch delivered, grounder back to the circle, picked up and tossed to first, and that's that. But NJC brings 12 to the plate, plates 7, and leads 7-2 after 1 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. It's a 7-2 Northeastern lead as we come back for the second inning of Game 2 of our doubleheader. 7 runs, 5 hits, and an error by Northwest Kansas Tech with 2 left on in the first inning. Second inning brought to you by First National Bank in Fleming. Bank your financial needs. Logan County Home and Bank since 1917. First National Bank in Fleming, member FDIC. Jacqueline Loera grounds out to the circle against Ryan Urich on the first pitch in the top of the second inning. And that'll bring Lillian Martinez to the plate. 7, 8, and 9 for Northwest Kansas Tech after they plated 2 and left a run in the first inning. Urich, pitch off the plate for ball number 1. She needed 20 pitches to get through the first inning. Her counterpart, Michaela Renteria, needed 42. 1-0. Illegal pitch called. Staying out of the chalked lane. Urich will rip one up high, 3-0. With 1 out in the top of the second inning. Rio offering, ball ripped down the left field side, curves foul for strike number 1. Plainsmen have a nice little stretch of home softball after that road trip to Goodland on Thursday. 12 consecutive games here at Mason Field. Strike runs across on the 3-1 to take it to 3-2. Are they? I think they're home the Friday. Maybe they're home. Yeah, they're home Friday. I'm pretty sure baseball's Sunday. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Ball drop, throw down to first for out number 2. Huh? Yeah, but the WNCC weekend in April. I think softball's at home Friday and baseball's at home Sunday. On those home and homes, maybe. As Valdine Jones steps to the plate with 2 away. So I think it is 12 consecutive home games for NJC softball after going on the road this Thursday. 1-0 pitch across for a strike, and the count will even out at a ball and a strike. In the top of the second with 2 away. Urich in on the knees. 2 balls and a strike. Ryan delivers the pitch, runs it across the zone. Evens the count out at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the second. Plainsman leads 7-2 with 2 away. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down go the Mavericks. And it's 7-2. NJC with the lead. So we head to the bottom of the second on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainsman hold a 7-2 lead as we come back for the bottom of the second inning at Mason Field. Brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance and Agent Melinda Hunt. Live Home Auto Farm and Ranch needs 970-526-0202. 7th spot in the first inning after holding Northwest Kansas Tech off the board. It'll be Lauren Lee, Ryan Urich, and Belle Bensavenga due up in the second inning. Michaela Renteria. First pitch to Lauren Lee, low for ball number 1. Lee has 6 runs batted in over the doubleheader today. Had the RBI double last inning. 3 doubles and a home run. That's a Monday. 1-0 pitch up and away for ball 2. Lauren was kind of the unsung hero of the team last year. There were so many people that could do so many great things on the team last year as she takes the 2-0 pitch in tight for ball 3. We didn't overlook her on the broadcast, but I mean, when you have the big bats that NJC had last year, you could kind of forget about her. 3-0 pitch off the plate, ball 4. She takes a 4-pitch walk to kick things off in the bottom of the second inning. And pitcher Ryan Urich will come to the plate. She drove in a run on a single in inning number 1. Played first in the first game today. First pitch, she'll smack out to center field on a frozen rope. Was it caught or was it not? It was not. There was no signal from the field umpire. The home plate umpire made the call and said no. It is a single for Urich that gets down, but Lee thought that it had been caught, so she stopped and then was forced out at second. So 1 away, 1 runner remains on first for Belle Bensavenga. Bensavenga takes the first pitch off, second pitch away. Still 7-2 NJC. Renteria. Off-speed pitch away. 3-0. Offering. Inside corner for strike 1. Offering, ball smacked foul, third base side. Count will run full. 5 times in game 1, NJC ended up with a quality at bat after a full count. The second full count of this game. They have 2 hits, 2 walks, and 2 sac flies in the previous 6 full counts on this Monday. Three-two. Pitch cued over the glove of the shortstop Valdez Asado, and the Northeastern Plainsmen will have another single to their credit. Runners stand on first and second, and Blake Duncan will come to the plate for the Plainsmen. Duncan, sac fly in inning number 1 of this game. First pitch, she'll turn and drill over to third, and it finds its way under the glove of Tecumseh. Urich rounds and heads to the plate. The Northeastern Plainswomen have an 8-2 advantage on an RBI single from Blake Duncan, her second run batted in of the ball game. So NJC with an 8-2 lead. And to the plate comes Delilah Segoviano, who walked in inning number 1. Now in the second, she'll hit a bouncer foul third base side for strike number 1. Trying to drop that bunt and really tax the defense of Northwest Kansas Tech. left-handed batter, you can drop that bunt. Has forced Tecumseh nearly halfway up the third base line. Wheel defense already moderately in play with a wide open spot up the middle. Bouncer foul on the 0-1 bunt attempt. It's 0-2. Oh, she's out, actually. Segoviano left the box early. So, runners remain at first and second now, 2 outs. And the first pitch in on the feet of Aubrey Wright. All the way to the backstop, Benzavenga to third. And Duncan to second. Got to stay within that box when making contact on the pitch, and Segoviano did not, so that's why she's out 2 of the inning. 1-0 pitch in the dirt for ball 2. 1 across. Plainsman would like more on our scoreboard. Brought to you by Premier Farm Credit. For over 100 years, reliable and consistent credit to our agricultural community. Visit PremierACA.com. 2-0 pitch across the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1. Pitch delivered. Waved at by Wright. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Renteria. And 2-2 offering. Tails off the plate and runs the count 2 full. Three-two. Swing and a miss. The throw down to first as it's dropped, and it's in time to get right. The Plainsmen get 1. They lead 8-2 as we head to the third on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainsman hold an 8-2 lead as we come back to Mason Field for inning number 3, made possible by Rudy's Tires. 6 locations across the area. There's one close by, and they'll even come to you when you're on the farm. Visit rudystires.com for more information. Top of the Northwest Kansas Tech order due up in the third. Michaela Renteria, Lauren Reyes, and Mariah Tecumseh. Plainsmen have a third inning of work for Ryan Urich, who starts off Renteria with ball number 1. Got on an error, came around and scored in inning number 1. Urich, pitch, grounder over to second. Isle scoops it up, tosses it to first in time for the first out in the top of the third inning. Pretty big stretch of softball here for NJC. Mentioned the home games. You want to finish in the top 4 inside this region, having played 4-game stretches against everybody. First pitch for a strike to Lauren Reyes. To me, a top 4, you probably got to go 16-8, as good as this region is. Pitch low for a ball, so if heading into your 2 road trip weekends, or that I guess even last 10, will be played on the road this year for softball. 1-1 pitch in tight for ball 2. To me, you've probably got to go 9-3 at worst in this home game stretch that begins this weekend. 2-1 pitch, grounded to third for out number 2 in the top of the third inning. As that would then put you at 11-3 heading into the final 10 of the regular season. 5-3, definitely a challenge on the road, but it's doable. Tecumseh waves at the first one. I don't know that anybody's even going to run to 20 wins in conference play where we're not playing 5-game sets anymore. Pitch will be delivered on the 1-0. Tecumseh lifts it to left. Segoviano underneath it, makes the catch, and the side down in order again. 8-2 NJC lead, bottom of the third next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We head ourselves to the bottom of inning number 3. The Northeastern Plainswomen have an 8-2 advantage on the Northwest Kansas Tech Mavericks. I'm Ben Blecka. Brought to you by Northeastern. Looking for your specialized certificate, your associate's, your 4-year degree? Northeastern has the path for you. Visit njc.edu. Top of the NJC order in Ava McComas to lead things off. Bottom of the third. First pitch, she'll hit a ground ball out into left field. She's aboard for a third time today. First by way of a hit. She'd reached on an error and on a hit by pitch. So Ava McComas with the ground ball single. And Kaylee Isle to the plate. Isle's driven in 3 on a pair of singles so far in this game. Early front runner to be our second game player of the game. She'll ground one right back to the circle. Could be a double play. They'll go to second and get McComas the lead runner. Isle will reach safely on the fielder's choice. So that'll be 1-6 on the putout at second for those of you that are scoring at home. And Savannah Waldrop to the plate with one away, up 8-2 in the bottom of the third inning. She's grounded out to the circle and popped up to second. She takes first pitch low and away for ball number 1. Renteria, 1-0, tumbles off the plate for ball 2. Fun thing about this team this year, while they don't have the same power that last year's team did, the bats are really coming to life with quality at-bats for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Ball smacked down the third base line by Waldrop over the glove at Tecumseh. That'll be a single, much more small ball oriented, whereas last year NJC played a lot of big ball where we're going to hit 6, 7, 8 home runs in a ball game. This year's team is stringing stuff together a little bit and putting together quality hits, kind of like what Lauren Lee did game 1. 2 doubles and a home run. She drove in 5 and has a double and a walk in this game with 6 runs batted in over the doubleheader. She'll watch the first pitch by for strike number 1. Renteria, 0-1. Lee will smoke it foul. Third base side. No balls, 2 strikes. 8-2 advantage after a 7 spot in the first. And JC has scored every inning they've come to the plate over the doubleheader today. 1 away in the bottom of the third. Lauren Lee will lift one out to right field, tailing down the line. It gets down just foul. Count remains 0-2. Lee was one last year where there was a lot of straightaway center and traditional power. Lauren Lee had some good opposite field power for NJC. 0-2. She'll ground one back to the circle. The only play's going to be to first. So Lee will advance the runners on the 1-3 put out. Second and third move Kaylee Isle and Savannah Waldrop. And Ryan Urich a chance to add to the cushion she has as the pitcher. A pair of singles and a run batted in this game. First pitch up the ladder for ball number 1. Renteria 1-0. Urich will lift the ball out to right field. Jones have to make a journey to her left to pull it in. And that's that for the first time over the doubleheader. The Plainsmen are kept off the board. They lead 8-2 as we head to the fourth on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainsmen with an 8-2 lead as we head to the fourth at Mason Field. Brought to you by Gordon Insurance. Be prepared for everything life throws at you. Car insurance, life insurance, farm insurance, crop insurance. Gordon Insurance, 970-526-6139. Middle of the order due up for Northwest Kansas Tech and shortstop Cheyenne Valdez-Asado, which takes first pitch low for ball number 1. Northwest Kansas kicked the ball game off, reaching on an error at an RBI double. A sac fly made it 2-0. Fielder's choice ended the inning. 8 consecutive Mavericks have been retired since Valdez-Asado's single, and she comes up with her second single of the ball game back up the middle to kick things off in the top of inning number 4. Plainsmen have to deal with a base runner for the first time since the first inning. Ashlyn Miller to the plate, and she'll slap one out to left. Sliding play. It was not pulled in by Waldrop. It was dropped. So it'll be just a similar situation to what they had with Lauren Lee last time for NJC. Waldrop couldn't make it. That'll turn into a single, and then the force out at second. 9-4-6 on the putout. Again, for those of you scoring at home. And to the plate comes Blanc. Grounder to third. Picked up by Duncan. Gunn to first in time for the second out of the inning. 5-3 on the putout. Crossing over to second is Miller. 2 away, and center fielder Jacqueline Luera will come to the plate. Garish. First pitch grounded back up the middle, picked up behind the bag at second by McComas, has to double clutch to get the play completed and can't get the throw to first in time. Down to third moves Miller. Runners on the corners now for Northwest Kansas Tech and Lillian Martinez. Urich. First pitch to Martinez across the zone for strike number one. Second, grip to third, picked up by Duncan, gun to first, and that's that. Good defensive play by Blake Duncan twice in that inning to keep this an 8-2 game. Bottom of the fourth, Plainswomen lead by 6 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
I'm just trying to stay alive and take care of my people.
We head to the bottom of inning number 4. Northeastern leads Northwest Kansas Tech 8-2. Bottom of the fourth brought to you by Kuski's Fuel Service. Get your propane delivery set up anytime on Main Street in Crook or call 970-886-2121. Bell Bensavenga, Blake Duncan, and Delilah Segoviano due up for NJC in the fourth. Kayla Renteria kept the Plainswomen off the board for the first time in the doubleheader last inning. Although NJC did wreck some havoc, they have 10 hits. A little soft ground ball over to short, picked up in the throw to first, not in time, and it was high, and will allow Bensavenga to head to second. So that will be an infield single for the Northeastern Plainswomen. And then Bensavenga down to second on an E6. And Blake Duncan will have a runner in scoring position. She's had a nice second game to this doubleheader. She's driven in a pair, one on a sac fly, one on a single. And the first pitch to Duncan. She'll pop up out to right field, pulled in by Lauren Reyes, retreating from second. Out number 1 in the bottom of the fourth. Bensavenga remains at second. And the Plainswomen will, I believe, have a pinch hit here for Delilah Segoviano. Is it Wecker, I believe, again, that will be coming to the plate? Yep. It'll be Ashley Wecker that has the pinch hit for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Wecker retired in her one plate appearance in the first one today. She hits a ground ball to short, picked up in the throw to first, just in time to get Wecker. Bensavenga crosses over. So advance the runner on the 6-3 putout. Wasn't sure that they were going to be able to get that throw in time. And Aubrey Wright comes to the plate for the Plainswomen. She's walked and struck out today. First pitch she sees popped up right side of the infield. NJC's offense has gone on the back of a milk cart in the last 2 innings. They're kept off the board again. Still lead 8-2. We head to the 5th next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainsmen lead 8-2. We head to the 5th. Looking for the doubleheader sweep in their 10th win of the year. Northeastern continue with Ryan Urich in the circle. Valdine Jones, Michaela Renteria, and Lauren Reyes due up in this top of the 5th. 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, and 3 left on for Northwest Kansas. First pitch to Jones is in tight for ball 1. 8 runs, 11 hits, an error, and 7 left on for NJC. Urich, grounder back to the circle by Jones. Tossed on to first in time for the 1-3 putout. Scorebook made possible by Stubbs Gas and Oil. Sports fans, when you're traveling, you need that one stop that has it all. I-76, get off at exit 66A in Wiggins and visit Stubbs Gas and Oil. Kayla Renteria reached on an error in the first inning, came around and scored, grounded out to second her last time up. First pitch watched by high for ball number 1. (1-0) high and tight for ball 2. Plains have been held off the board the last 2 innings. Northwest Kansas Tech, as a strike runs across on the 2-0 for 2-1. They were sat down in order twice in a row before getting runners on last inning. Pitch delivered, line, diving play at short. McComas can't pull it in. She had to take 2 steps and lay out. Disappointed in herself that ball got past, but had she made that was an exceptional defensive play. As such, it'll be the 4th hit of the game for Northwest Kansas Tech. And bring Lauren Reyes to the plate. 1 out, top of the 5th, 8-2 NJC. Reyes went around, trying to check her swing. She broke the plane of the plate for strike number 1. Second tumbles across for strike number 2. Urich is in a pretty good rhythm. Reyes called time and stepped out. 2-0, fisted foul. Count will remain 0-2. (0-2) dips below the knees for ball number 1. Ryan delivers the pitch, ground ball, smoked foul, third base side. Ryan's shy of 60 pitches into the 5th inning. She has been uber efficient with her pitch count today. Reagan Faringer was as well. Kind of that aggressive attacking style. 1-2 pitch just below the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two offering, grounded foul, third base side, but kind of like we saw with Ferringer. Things not maybe as crisp for as you would like. Been a lot of volatility with finding that spot like that right there. 2-2 pitch rolled to the plate, ball 3, just didn't get the grip with the runner at first. That can really be a factor. There's much improvement on the back end of Region 9 softball this year. 3-2, grounder to third base side. Duncan picks it up. Second for 1, first for 2. Around the horn, double play. 5-4-3. Plainswomen keep it 8-2. We head to the bottom of the 5th next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We head to the bottom of the 5th. The Northeastern Plainswomen lead 8-2 on Northwest Kansas Tech, but have failed to score in the last 2 innings. After scoring through the first 6 innings at the plate today, Ava McComas kicking things off in the bottom of the 5th. For the Plainswomen, in the first pitch she sees, she lifts out to center field. It carries all the way to the fence. McComas will trot into second with a double. She's reached safely 4 times today on an error, hit by a pitch, and a single. And the leadoff double for the Plainswomen in the 5th will bring Kaylee Isle to the plate. Buckeye Welding Supply knows you have questions, and they have answers. They have the supplies too. 330 South 11th Avenue in Sterling. Renteria, first pitch to Isle, up and in for ball number 1. 8 runs now, 12 hits for the Plainswomen. 1-0 offering. Isle watches it off the plate for ball 2. Plainswomen won the first game today 16-2. Isle. 2-0 pitch up the ladder for ball 3. Renteria. 3-0 off the plate, ball 4. So leadoff double, 4-pitch walk, and the best walk-up music on the team comes to the plate to see if they can't come up with a wonderful smack here and get the offense back in the right direction. That's Savannah Waldrop. Fly out, ground out, and a single. First pitch in tight for ball number 1 to the Plainswoman right fielder. Pitch waved out by Waldrop. Ball was dropped by Miller, McComas, and Isle able to move up on that drop. So 2 stand in scoring position. Waldrop 1-1. Turns and crushes it down the left field side, but got a bit ahead of it and it curved foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Renteria 1-2. Ball hammered out to left. Look up, look back. It's gone. It's over. Savannah Waldrop with a 3-run bomb for the Northeastern. Plainswoman ends the ball game in 5 for the Northeastern. Plainswoman 11-2 is our final score. Plainswoman run rule Northwest Kansas Tech twice. Post-game show next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back at Mason Field, Game 2 gets done in an hour and 5 minutes. Welcome back to our post-game show. I'm Ben Blecka. Post-game show brought to you by Advanced Ag Solutions. Water's key to your crop success. Advanced Ag Solutions, year-round and seasonal probes. Call 970-571-2024. 11 runs, 13 hits in air, and 7 left on for NJC. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, and 3 left on for Northwest Kansas Tech. Plainswomen win the first 16-2, the second 11-2. We played a combined 2 hours and 20 minutes of softball today over the 10 innings that were played today. Everybody was playing like their hair was on fire today. Just go, 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 and NJC's offense exploded in a huge way. Plainswomen in the ball game get the win from Ryan Urich. She goes 5 innings, gives up 2 runs, neither of which were earned, 2 strikeouts, no walks, and 6 hits. Northwest Kansas Tech, the loss goes to Michaela Renteria. 6 of the 11 runs allowed were earned, 1 strikeout, and 4 walks. Northwest Kansas Tech had runs batted in from Mariah Tecumseh and Ashlyn Miller. NJC got runs batted in from Ava McComas, 3 out of Kaylee Isle, 3 out of Savannah Waldrop, who hit the game-ending home run, Lauren Lee and Ryan Urich. But our player of the game brought to you by Better Electric, covering all your electrical work, residential, commercial, agricultural. Better Does Matter, 970-521-1030. Player of the game goes to Blake Duncan. Duncan 1 for 2, drove in a pair, had a sac fly in the ball game as well for the Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen, and I was impressed with her defensively. You know, Blake Duncan's one, I've talked about it before. She's a player that I know. She played at Eaton High School. She's part of the family, literal blood family, and to move over to that third base side, I think is exceptionally impressive for Blake Duncan and that defense that she played, including turning a double play for the Northeastern Plainswomen, I think was huge. As we here on our post-game show bring on the head coach of the Plainswomen and Jenny Spock. Talk with me about Blake Duncan, because you don't see double plays in softball very often, and that was just awesome to see that double play that she turned.
There's a reason Blake Duncan was the 3A Player of the Year.
Yeah.
So she has slid from a middle infielder to third base and embraced it, and she has been dynamite over there. She gets rid of the ball so quick. She feels it. She doesn't even have to throw off her gun because she just gets rid of it.
Right.
So really good to start that double play.
Yeah, started that double play, had 4 total assists today. Did a lot of good things. I said during the broadcast today, you don't have the pop you had last year.
Nope.
Kind of hard for anybody to have the pop that you had
Exactly.
last year. But this team really seems to be maturing in the way they're hitting the ball. What's been the change over the last couple weeks? Because it was a rough start to the year for a lot of these young players.
It was, and I'm going to give credit to another team here also. We faced all region champions to start the season.
Right. Yeah.
So we faced really good pitching.
Mm-hmm.
And that is tough, your first college games to come out and you're playing region champions. So hats off to Coach Gertner for that schedule that we started with, because that was tough. And then by the time we walked into McCook and this, we've seen that kind of pitching before. So we have worked on a ton on hitting the ball where it's pitched. Don't get beat on the inside. Take the outside pitch to right field and working on those kind of things. But that is what they have done, and I think they're seeing the ball a lot better at the plate. And that ball that Savannah just hit.
My God. Yeah, it's fun when that power comes up.
Oh.
And Lauren Lee had some good contact.
Yep.
I mean, she had, 3 doubles and a home run today.
Yeah, even though one of those doubles I'm not sure reached the grass. But I told her it's a line drive in the scorebook, sister.
It's a double. It
It's a
goes
double.
down
You
as a
got
double.
it.
Nobody's going to remember that. But she's another one. She didn't catch for you last year. And now she's catching this year. It's cool to see players like that mature in different positions, right?
Oh, and how versatile they are. Ryan is recruited as a catcher.
Yeah.
And, accidentally mentions that she pitched a little bit. Okay.
Well, and I think that's what's really awesome and has to be exciting for your team, because you go to Northwest Kansas Tech Thursday and then you have 12 games at home. You have so many players that can do so many things that it's almost ride the hot hand as the manager.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah. Here we go. And Coach G is really good. He has gut feelings all the time, and he's usually right.
Right.
He's usually right. He plays those, not a numbers guy. We don't look at those things a ton. Just that feel and what we've got going for us that day, and absolutely ride what's hot.
Hey, ride what's hot, and what's an area you still think you have to work on, though? Because, I mean, we are halfway through the season, if you will. There are things that you need to improve on. Where do you think that is?
Absolutely. I think our defense is pretty clean. Really good on communication. We've had a little struggle this year with some timely hitting at the time and some situational hitting. And once again, I'm a small ball type player too. I really think that we've got to be able to put the first strike down in fair territory, which we haven't done that. And I really think we should clean up our base running a little bit also. We got to be a little bit more independent and aggressive.
Well, and I think that's something you didn't have to do last year, because you had home runs. You don't got to steal bases.
Well, and you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Why take the bat out of somebody's hand?
Right.
So we do have to manufacture a little bit more this year. So those are some things that seeing the ball at the plate, putting the ball in play on the first strike that we see, moving runners, hitting behind runners, that situational hitting is a little bit I think we need to grow a little bit more.
Definitely. Nice thing is you get to do it at home, though. 12-game home streak after going to Northwest Kansas Tech. That probably is the most important stretch for you, right, in this season, because you got to defend your home turf.
Yeah, we like to protect our grass. That is for darn sure. We like to protect the real estate here. That is for sure. And the end of our season will be tough when we go to Otero and Trinidad to finish off. So we really need to be strong through this home stretch and, just show what we really are, because I really don't think our record is indicative of what we are, and it definitely doesn't define who we are.
It definitely does. A couple wins today definitely get you going in the right direction.
There you go. A couple at McCook were awesome,
There
too.
you go. That's the more important. 2-0 inside the region
Absolutely.
is the more important spot where this team is.
Yeah, because everybody else is splitting right now.
Yeah.
They're splitting, so it's good. So just keep winning. We try to win one game, one inning, one pitch at a time. That's all we can handle is one pitch at a time.
Absolutely. Lamar coming up this weekend. Coach Smock, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Ben.
That's
Appreciate you.
Jenny Smock and the Northeastern Plainsmen, who win 16-2 and 11-2 today. They play Lamar this upcoming weekend. We'll have coverage of some of that softball. Still going to figure out the schedule. I know there's talk that it'll probably be Friday, Saturday because of the weather. Could see baseball move as well as they're at home against Trinidad State. We'll pick up the Plainsman baseball team as well. Just stay posted to our social media, KPMX Sports on Facebook and X, as we will get that schedule out for you when it is officially set. But it's glad that we could kick off a Monday, 48 hours after the end of basketball season, less than 48 hours. We turned around from round ball in the gym to softball on the field and saw two Plainswomen victories, 16-2 and 11-2. I'm Ben Blecka. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network.